Hi, it's Aneta here from Aneta Our Yoga Studio and Wellness. Today is 12th of March, Monday, day number 71. 71 days of practicing, showing up on a daily basis. How are you doing with your practice? Hopefully you are keeping it up as well. There is something that I realized observing my practice as it's been changing over the last weeks, last 71 days. There is something that I noticed, which is the fluidity of movement that comes from when you practice something and you connect with your breath and you do, you go into the fluidity of the movement, that it's not just going into the poses and in the poses trying really hard. It is the transition moves, it is the whole of the practice. All of it becomes a practice. Rolling out of the mat, sitting down, checking in, connecting with the breath, the flow and smoothness of the breath, and then starting moving into the physical asana practice, and not just dynamic practice, but also yin practice, the fluidity and the rhythm of the breath and transitions between the moves and growing into the poses is such an amazing experience. And not just the physical practice, but also other stuff that I do, like the mindful focusing and really connecting with what's happening and noticing how much easier what's happening with my breath, with my own understanding of myself. I mean, one of the things that I noticed definitely is the realignment of my shoulders. I know that when I get stressed, the trauma reflex comes out and I end up being lopsided, whereas more and more I'm noticing when I'm connecting with the felt senses, I'm connecting with the somatic experiencing, I'm not necessarily doing more challenging, loads more yoga practice of putting myself in a pretzel, although I have been, having fun with the physical practice, but it's that somatic experiencing within myself, that understanding of what's going on, and having that space and the time to really be fully present, however I am. So fully present some days means really fully present, some days it means just really experiencing whatever anxiety or whatever challenge or restlessness I'm experiencing. So, but really being with that presence and being with however I am, and then meeting other people during the day from that space. And I think that's kind of really powerful stuff, because sometimes we meet people, we always meet people as we are in that moment. And so how we are, the level of connectedness, the level of fluidity, the level of harmony within us will also be reflected in how we relate to other people. And I guess ultimately that's the gift of the practice, that it's not just within ourselves, it also affects everybody that we come in contact with. And so I wish you a really wonderful day, and I'd like to challenge you for this week. When you're doing your practice, or when you're walking, or when you are doing anything really, breathing, walking, cleaning, dancing, just really pay attention to the level of fluidity that you experience in all those movements, because fluidity, that flow, is the natural state of life. If you watch animals, they really move. There isn't the rigidity that I'm doing something and then in between it's like kind of really chaotic, and then it's kind of flowing from one thing to another. And so bringing a bit more intention to that fluidity, to creating fluidity, can have a real profound effect on how you are. And so I wish you a really wonderful day, Monday. Namaste.